It includes the combination of stormwater runoff and water levels resulting from extreme weather conditions. D. Project activities. Activities carried out as part of a stormwater management project under this section may include, but are not limited to, the following. 1. The installation, expansion, or refurbishment of stormwater ponds and other water slowing and retention measures. 2. The installation of permeable pavement in lieu of, or to replace existing, non-permeable pavement. 3. The use of planters, tree boxes, cisterns, and rain gardens to reduce stormwater runoff. E. Project coordination. In the case of a stormwater management project carried out under this section on or related to a military installation and any project related to the same installation carried out under Section 2391, D. 2815, or 2914 of this title, the Secretary concerned shall ensure coordination between the projects regarding the water access, management, conservation, security, and resilience aspects of the projects. F. Annual Report. 1. Not later than 90 days after the end of each fiscal year, each Secretary concerned shall submit to the Congressional Defense Committees a report describing a. The status of planned and active stormwater management projects carried out by that Secretary under this section, and b. All projects completed by the Secretary concerned during the previous fiscal year. 2. Each report shall include the following information with respect to each stormwater management project described in the report. A. The title, location, a brief description of the scope of work, the original project cost estimate, and the current working cost estimate. B. The rationale for how the project will I. Improve military installation resilience or the resilience of a defense access road or other essential civilian infrastructure supporting a military installation. And 2. Protect waterways and stormwater-stressed ecosystems. C. Such other information as the Secretary concerned considers appropriate. G. Definitions in this section. 1. The term Defense Access Road means a road certified to the Secretary of Transportation as important to the national defense under the provisions of Section 210 of Title 23. 2. The terms facility and state have the meanings given those terms in Section 18232 of this title. 3. The term military installation includes a facility of a reserve component owned by a state rather than the United States. 4. The term military installation resilience has the meaning given that term in Section 101(e)(8) of this title. 5. The term Secretary concerned means a. The Secretary of a military department with respect to military installations under the jurisdiction of that Secretary, and b. The Secretary of Defense with respect to matters concerning the defense agencies and facilities of a reserve component owned by a state rather than the United States. Sec. 2804. Use of amounts available for operation and maintenance in carrying out military construction projects for energy resilience, energy security, or energy conservation. Section 2914 of Title 10, United States Code, is amended, 1. By redesignating subsections C and D as subsections D and E, respectively, and 2. By inserting after subsection B the following new subsection C. Alternative funding source. 1. In addition to the authority under Section 2805 C of this title, in carrying out a military construction project for energy resilience, energy security, or energy conservation under this section, the Secretary concerned may use amounts available for operation and maintenance for the military department concerned if the Secretary concerned submits to the Congressional Defense Committees a notification of the decision to carry out the project using such amounts and includes in the notification A. The current estimate of the cost of the project, B. The source of funds for the project, and C. A certification that deferring the project pending the availability of funds appropriated for or otherwise made available for military construction would be inconsistent with the timely assurance of energy resilience, energy security, or energy conservation for one or more critical national security functions. 2. A project carried out under this section using amounts under paragraph 1 may be carried out only after the end of the 7-day period beginning on the date on which a copy of the notification described in paragraph 1 is provided in an electronic medium pursuant to Section 480 of this title. 3. The maximum aggregate amount that the Secretary concerned may obligate from amounts available to the military department concerned for operation and maintenance in any fiscal year for projects under the authority of this subsection is $100 million. Sec. 2805. Flood risk management for military construction. A. Further modification of Department of Defense Form 1391 Section 2805 A.1 of the Military Construction Authorization Act for fiscal year 2019, Division B of Public Law 115 to 232, 132 Stat 2262, 10 U.S.C. 2802 Note, is amended, 1. In subparagraph A, by inserting or a 500-year floodplain if outside a 100-year floodplain after 100-year floodplain, and 2. In subparagraph B, by striking 100-year floodplain and inserting floodplain described in subparagraph A. B. Reporting requirements Section 2805 A.3 of the Military Construction Authorization Act for fiscal year 2019, Division B of Public Law 115 to 232, 132 Stat 2262, 10 U.S.C. 2802 Note, is amended, 1. In subparagraph A, by inserting before the period at the end the following: using hydrologic, hydraulic, and hydrodynamic data, methods, and analysis that integrate current and projected changes in flooding based on climate science over the anticipated service life of the facility and future forecasted land use changes, and 2. In subparagraph D, by inserting after future the following: flood risk and C. Mitigation Plan Assumptions, Section 2805, A.4, of the Military Construction Authorization Act for fiscal year 2019. Division B of Public Law 115 to 232, 132 Stat 2262, 10 U.S.C. 2802 Note, is amended, 1, in subparagraphs A and B, by striking buildings and inserting facilities, and 2, in subparagraph C, by inserting after future the following: flood risk and D. Conforming amendment of Unified Facilities Criteria. 1. Amendment required, not later than September 1, 2022. The Secretary of Defense shall amend the Unified Facilities Criteria relating to military construction planning and design to ensure that building practices and standards of the Department of Defense incorporate the minimum flood mitigation requirements of Section 2805A of the Military Construction Authorization Act for fiscal year 2019. Division B of Public Law 115 to 232, 132 Stat 2262, 10 U.S.C. 2802 Note, as amended by this section. 2. Implementation of Unified Facilities Criteria Amendments. A. Implementation. Any Department of Defense Form 1391 submitted to Congress after September 1, 2022, shall comply with the Unified Facilities Criteria, as amended pursuant to paragraph 1. B. Certification, not later than March 1, 2023. The Secretary of Defense shall certify to the Committees on Armed Services of the House of Representatives and the Senate the completion of the amendment process required by paragraph 1, and the full incorporation of the amendments into military construction planning and design. Sec. 2806. Modification and extension of temporary, limited authority to use operation and maintenance funds for construction projects in certain areas outside the United States. A. 2-year extension of authority. Subsection H of Section 2808 of the Military Construction Authorization Act for fiscal year 2004. Division B of Public Law 108 to 136, 117 Stat 1723, as most recently amended by Section 2806, A, of the Military Construction Authorization Act for fiscal year 2021. Division B of Public Law 116283, is further amended, 1, in paragraph 1, by striking December 31, 2021 foot and inserting December 31, 2023, and 2, paragraph 2, by striking fiscal year 2022 and inserting fiscal year 2024 foot. B. Continuation of limitation on use of authority, subsection C. 1, of Section 2808 of the Military Construction Authorization Act for fiscal year 2004, Division B of Public Law 108 to 136, 117 Stat. 1723, as most recently amended by subsections B and C of Section 2806 of the Military Construction Authorization Act for fiscal year 2021, Division B of Public Law 116 to 283, is further amended, 1, by striking subparagraphs A and B, 2, by redesignating subparagraph C as subparagraph A and